Good morning, students, teachers, parents, and well wishers. Welcome to our virtual Career Day Symposium. The theme is Executing the Vision Through Career Development. I think it, I can be it. This year, we will be focusing on the essential workers, and the students will highlight the importance of these careers to our society. I want you all to listen attentively to the presentations done by our students as they inform us all about the given careers. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I am a I am a pediatrician. Pediatrician. Pediatrician treats baby and children and young adults. They make sure they are healthy
I
and strong.
am a neurologist, a special doctor who take care of spine, brain.
I am going to present on doctors. Family doctors are called family medicine doctors. They treat people of all ages. For example, adults and children.
Dermatology. A dermatology is a doctor who take care of the skin, hair, and nails. Also, eczema
Good
and
evening.
skin cancer.
My name is Nurse Knight. I work at the Kingston Public Hospital as a registered nurse specialized in the area of critical care. I've been a nurse for 7 years. I had attended Caribbean School of Nursing at the University of the Technology for 4 years, where I earned my Bachelor of Science degree in nursing. Started working at Kingston Public Hospital in 2013, and in 2017 I was placed in the intensive care unit, then specialized in 2018 to become a critical care nurse. Nursing is exciting. There's a lot of changes. You're able to care for a variety of patients. If you love to help persons, nursing is a job for you. um, Type of persons that I see in Kingston Public Hospital, right? If you've been listening to the news in the COVID air time period, I know you must have heard the word ventilator, haven't you? Yes, ventilator. The area that I work in, we use ventilators to assist patients to breathe. These are where persons are unable to breathe for themselves or need some assistance, because if we don't breathe, we are not alive. So these persons are very sick and need assistance to breathe, and this is where the ventilators give support to them. So I'm specialized in that area to take care of such persons. So in case of emergency, we are knowledgeable enough to assist them to maintain life. Yes, maintain life and get better and be able to go home, and their families will not be able to miss them. So that is one area that makes it very exciting. We have so many different areas in nursing. You have areas in emergency room, you know, where persons come in who have been in accidents and we help them to live. That's the main thing. Nursing is all about life, preserving life, and that's the aim. So we learn CPR. You ever heard about CPR? Ever watch a movie and you see somebody probably was almost drowning, and they take them out and start pumping the chest and breathing through their mouth and nose. Yes, that's one of the things that we do to help to maintain life in the emergency area. So we see a lot of persons who are sick with anything you can ask. If you hear that your mom or your grandma or some relative has diabetes, high blood pressure, persons that have been shot, persons that have had a heart attack, we nurse them to preserve their life. The most stressing thing that may occur, there are times that it's overwhelming. I live in the Kingston area, and you've been watching the news, have you? Because we all supposed to be watching the news and hear what goes on in Jamaica. There are times when violence is on high, and we are the persons that, when these persons end up in problems such as gunshot wounds, car accidents, stab wounds, they come to Kingston Public Hospital, and where we care for them. So we see all that, and we're able to help these people to go home rather than die. It is sad when persons die, and we go through that a lot because persons do die when you can't do anything for them. But we do our best to make them survive. So if you want to become a nurse, it's a good job to do, and you'd have to have a passion. Persons may There are other areas in nursing such as um, taking care of babies. That's called pediatric nursing. You have areas of delivery. If you have a mom that is pregnant with your baby brother or baby sister, a nurse will deliver the baby, help the baby to come into this world. Yes, not just a doctor. We work with the doctors. Yes, it's an exciting job. We see life. We see persons that are dying come back around, persons that have died and come back alive. Yes, it is very exciting. So this is where I see nursing. So, and this is my job that I love. I believe I'm born for nursing, and it's exciting. I hope you enjoy this presentation. Thank you.
Welcome! It's Careers Day at the New Roads Primary School. I am a student of grade 2. My fellow classmates and I will tell you about some
My name is Mona Lisa Cameron. I attend the New Roads Primary School. In the future, I would like to become an emergency room nurse. An emergency room nurse provides urgent care to patients in hospital.
Certified public accountant. The purpose of this video is to let you guys know why I choose this career path and to help anyone who want to choose the same career path as I have. I wanted to let you know that this wasn't originally the career that I started out with. I initially, as a child, I desired to become a nurse, and as time progresses and I started my high school education at Hampton, I started taking science courses, history courses, and business courses, and from there on I realized that my passion was more towards business. From high school on, I decided to focus my career path on business, and 2001 I migrated to the US. I started my college career, my college education in 2002 rather, and I received my bachelor's in 2006 in accounting. So if you guys desire to become an accountant, you would need to also get your bachelor's in accounting, preferably a 4-year college. Some people can do it in less. If that's you, go for it. After college, I went straight into work in 2006. I started out at a small accounting firm where I did individual taxes, company taxes, bookkeeping for several companies. After 2 years, I ventured out into private accounting where I worked for a company. I did everything including payroll, accounts receivable. Accounts receivable is when you bill customers and you collect monies from them, and accounts payable is when you use those monies that you collect from your customers to pay vendors, for example, your landlord, your electric bill, your water bill. I then moved on in 2018. I went to a different company where I'm a manager. I must say accounting is where my passion lies. I really love it. I really enjoy getting up every day, going to work. The same goes for you guys when you decide to choose career path. Try not to choose something just because your parents said that's the way to go, or because that's the career that your parents choose. Choose something that you love, something that you'll feel energized, you feel happy every morning to get up and go to work. That's my real guidance for you guys when you're definitely choosing career path, and try to start doing so while you're in high school. That's the pivotal moment to decide where your career path should lie. This way you don't waste time when you go into college. So my advice, always go with your passion. If your passion is math, go for it. If you have a passion in accounting, go for it. If you have a passion in teaching, go for it. Wherever your passion lies, go for it and be the best version of you in any career path that you choose. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. How are you doing today? Wonderful. I believe you're doing great. I believe you're doing wonderful. I believe you're doing what R. Kelly says in his song. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. See me running through an open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Hi, my name is Lorene Clark Campbell, and I am a guidance counselor for over 14 years. I have worked as a guidance counselor, and I love what I do. I enjoy being a guidance counselor. I was trained as a guidance counselor at the Michael College. It was Michael Teachers College then that I did my diploma in guidance and counseling. For 3 years I studied. And after that I worked for 1 year. And then I went right back to do my first degree in guidance and counseling. I really enjoy being a guidance counselor because it helps me to reach people. It helps me to help others. You know, a guidance counselor is a helper. And if you have a heart to help others, if you have a heart to reach out to others, to be empathetic towards others, to be sympathetic towards others, to hear people's problem, because that's one of my tasks as a guidance counselor. People will come to me and they will share their problems, they will share their burdens, and I am always willing to listen and to help. Sometimes I can't even help as I would have, but guess what? They enjoy the fact that I am there to listen to them as they pour out their burdens. And that is one of my roles as a guidance counselor, to listen to the problems and the issues and the good things, good reports of individuals. Another job that I do as a guidance counselor is I do home visits. Yes, if, for example, students are not coming out to school, or students are having domestic problems at home, I would find myself at their home. Yes, I would go to their homes and I would see what is happening, because you know what? Sometimes hands-on, you know, when you see the situation face to face, then you understand it better than calling on the phone, you know, or having the person coming to you in your office. You are able to see exactly what the person is going through. And sometimes it is so sad, but guess what? It moves me to help them even more because I realize their need. All right. So we have shared two roles or two duties of a guidance counselor. One is listening, having counseling session with others. One of them is doing home visit. Another one is having guidance sessions. We have, as guidance counselors, sometimes have guidance session. What do I mean by guidance sessions? I mean, we have teaching and learning. So we have different topics such as personal hygiene, peer pressure, puberty, grief. We have families, different topics that we teach on. And in our sessions, we rap a lot, and we talk a lot, and we use different dramatization and question and answer. So I enjoy being a guidance counselor. Yes, the first time I heard that there was a job called guidance and counseling, I felt something prick inside of me. And I said, yes, that is what I want to do. That is what my calling is. And so I enrolled at the Michael University College. At that time, it was the Michael College, and I got accepted. And man, it was a wonderful, wonderful journey being a student there at Michael. And it has been a wonderful journey being a guidance counselor. I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. I love to see the children smiling. I love to see them happy. Sometimes they come to my office so sad, come in need. Sometimes they have a need of all sorts. And guess what? It brings a smile on my face and so much pleasure in my heart to know that I am able to help them. So if you think that you are a good helper, if you think you are always there, can help somebody, that may just be your role. That may just be your profession, being a guidance counselor. If you have a knack to help others, if you have a knack to hear others' problem, it doesn't matter the time of day, because sometimes there's so many. But I always want to listen. I always want to help. And that makes me a guidance counselor. And so this evening, as I share, my name is Lorraine Clark Campbell, and I work at the Tolo Primary School in St. Catherine, where I have been a guidance counselor for over 14 years, and I love what I do. Bye. Happy career day. And you take care of yourself. God bless. Take care.
School grade 3. Community health workers are frontline workers. They build individual and community capacity by increasing health knowledge and self-sufficiency through a range of activities such as outreach, community education, informal counseling, social support, and advocacy. American Public Health Association 2008.
Worker. Qualifications for community health workers vary widely. Some employers require only a high school diploma, while others require a college degree. Community health workers typically receive up to 100 hours of additional training on the job throughout classroom study. Job mentoring are a combination. Health aid worker. Community health workers often live in the community they serve. They spend much of their time traveling within the community, speaking to groups, visiting homes and health care facilities, distributing information, and otherwise connecting with local people.
Hey, my name is Sudika Kuhun. I have always admired seeing my father in his farm. This has helped me to come to realization that I would like to study agriculture. Agricultural farmers are essential workers in Jamaica. As an agricultural farmer, one can provide employment within the community, food for exportation, and provide a stable income to care for their respective families. I choose to be an agricultural farmer. something I really enjoy. I am Angela Bryan, and one day I will investigate the animals' well.
My name is Savanthi. I am a successful cattle farmer. Rearing cows helps me to make lots of money so I can be independent.
All right, so here we go. Good afternoon, New Road All Age School. I want to greet Mrs. Griffiths. Thank you for this opportunity to be sharing with you and your students in this Careers Days exercise or symposium. I am Amor Card T. Brown, a master teacher, and I must say it's a little bit different to be sharing with you on this platform, knowing that it is Careers Day. This is so unlike it, but I guess we all have to relate to the current situation that we are faced with. We are unable to interact within a physical setting, but you know, despite of that, or in spite of that, we are able to facilitate a session like this. So I'm here to share with you about my profession. I am a master teacher, and I'll be sharing some of my roles and responsibilities as a master teacher. So the first role, as all teachers would or persons would recognize, is that I facilitate the teaching and learning process within a classroom setting. So I facilitate teaching at the senior level. I teach fifth formers and sixth form students, so those who are doing advanced subjects. Outside of that, I facilitate the growth and development of my peers. So I also work along with teachers to see how best I can assist their growth and development based on my experience and the skill sets that I would have attained. Now, I also facilitate workshops and seminars to facilitate that growth and development of my colleagues. So from time to time, I will have workshops or seminars with my colleagues at other schools, and also with my colleagues here at Monroe College. I also work alongside research groups to find out some of, you know, the problems, and not only problems, but also to find out some solutions for the problems that we are having within our education system. So research is also a part of what I do as a master teacher, portfolio development. I also work alongside with the parents in terms of facilitating them in terms of parent consultation and career path for their children. So to some extent, I would be doing some what I would describe as academic counseling to provide parents and students with some guidance as it relates to those students who are moving into universities and so forth. So these are some of my duties. I'm sure there are way more, but I just wanted to share with you a few. Hope that you will have a wonderful day at your school, virtually, and I hope that you will choose wisely as you think through your career path. Certainly the careers that are relevant today may not necessarily be relevant when you get into the workforce. So you have to choose wisely so that when you have selected a career, you will be able to get a job later on. All right, God blessings and keep safe.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Carleen Robinson. I am a grade 5 student at New Roads Primary School. Today I will be reading on 2 careers in transport, bus driver and taxi driver. A bus driver might work for a school system, a private client, or the public. If they drive a city bus, they are in charge in
charge of following a given route, picking up and dropping off clients, and arriving at places at a given time. Unlike truck drivers, bus drivers are regularly interacting with passengers, so they need strong customer service skills. Taxi drivers transport people to and from their destinations. They have to be good drivers and know their way around the area in which they are driving. They often have to go through some form of training, but there are real education requirements. Taxi drivers and chauffeur jobs require strong customer service skills. Hope you learned
Supply
something
chain
today.
managers.
Thank you.
Supply chain managers, the managers of the flow of goods and service, involves the movement and storage of raw material of work in process.
Hi everyone, my name is Nikayla Graham and I'm currently pursuing a career in medicine because I'd like to become a pediatrician. Ever since I've been in primary school, you know how children get asked like, what do you want to become in the future? And a lot of children say, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a firefighter, I want to become a pilot. Well, I've always said I wanted to become a pediatrician. I know that was very specific at my age, but I just knew I loved babies and I wanted to be a doctor for babies. That's all I knew at the time. But as I got older, it started to solidify that that is exactly what I wanted to do. So like my own pediatrician, Dr. Kid, I wanted to be able to be with children ever since they were newborn all the way up to their 18th birthday. Like that's always been my dream. So I graduated primary school and I passed for Hampton High. However, I finished high school in the Cayman Islands. After graduating high school, I applied for colleges and got scholarships to come to Nova Southeastern University, where I'm currently at. During my college career, I've had to participate in medical research where professors ask specific questions and then they collect information on that question. I've also participated in clinical rotation where you get the opportunity to experience different specialties such as like dentistry, for example, or sports science or nursing. I've also had to do numerous labs, which are a part of a lot of my courses. I've also had to take a variety of different classes, some that I like more than others, but that's okay because it helps you to verify that like you chose the right career path. Because I've taken some classes that make me go, yes, this is exactly why I want to become a pediatrician. So I'll be graduating with my Bachelor's of Science in Biology this coming May. But let's say you are more interested in becoming a neurologist, which is a doctor that treats and diagnoses disorders and diseases of the brain. Then you might be more interested in pursuing a bachelor's in neuroscience. So what I'm saying is it doesn't necessarily have to be biology. That's a personal choice. That's just a route I decided to take. But we all have the same next step, which would be applying to medical school. So I'll be applying to medical school with the hopes of being accepted. And then from there, I'll do 4 more years where I can officially specialize in pediatrics. So just like become a doctor. Find your passion, figure out what you want to do, what inspires you. Then from there, you're gonna have to figure out what steps it's gonna take and then consistently work towards that goal. Never give up on something you really want, even though it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna take a lot of hard work, determination, and consistency to follow your dreams. But like I said, never give up. If you can dream it, then you can do it.
My name is Brianna James. I am a grade 6 student attending New Roads Primary. For Careers Day, we will be looking at law enforcement, first responders, and public safety workers. What are law enforcement workers? Law enforcement workers are public sector employees whose duties primarily involve the enforcement of law. Amalia, why don't you tell us some examples of law enforcement workers?
Sure. Examples of law enforcement workers are police officer, soldier, correctional service officer, crime scene investigator, and marine police. Here are some of the duties. Some of the duties of law enforcers are: police officer, protect life and property; soldiers, patrol area for security and conduct military attack and defense; correctional officer, supervise inmates; marine police, patrol coastline and conduct search; crime scene investigator, assist detectives and solving crimes. Malia will now come and tell you what is first responders.
First responders are members of an emergency service who are likely to be the first people to physically arrive at the scene of an emergency to provide assistance. Do you know some examples of first responders? Make a guess. You were right. Let's look at some of the examples. Some examples of first responders are police officers, paramedics, emergency medical technician, EMT, and firefighters.
Hope you're doing well. I'm here today to tell you about what I do for a career and how you can be and do what I do. Now, my name is Andre. I am a flight attendant for the world's largest airlines, and that's American Airlines. I am currently based in Los Angeles, Hollywood, and it's a great career, and I'm just here to tell you about how you can also be a flight attendant if you ever had any thoughts about that. Now, who is a flight attendant and what does a flight attendant do? A flight attendant is an individual who is there to ensure the safety and the well-being of airline passengers to and from their destinations. Now, what does that mean? That means whenever there's a problem on the aircraft, I am one of the first people that will be there to resolve that issue. Now, I work on all types of aircrafts. I work on big aircrafts, right? I work on small aircrafts. But mainly, I like working on the bigger aircrafts because, you have more space. You get to see a lot more people. You get to really enjoy flight. Now, also, being a flight attendant, it means that you always have to be ready for anything. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared. The saying goes, if you prepare to fail, then, the saying goes, if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. Now, in my career, I always have to be ready for anything, whether it's emergency landing, whether it's storm, whether it's turbulence flying through the crowd, through the clouds, and doing all the necessary things to keep the passengers very calm and keeping them safe. Now, some of the great things about being a flight attendant is that you get to see the world, you get to meet a lot of people, you get to see some places that you wouldn't have dreamt of, some places that you only see on TV. I've been to many places. I've been to Europe, I've been to Canada, I've been to a lot of places, and I've met a lot of great people, and that's to me one of the most enjoyable part of the whole flying and being a flight attendant. But also you get to be a professional. You get to be somebody who people respect, somebody who commands respect, and somebody who actually can make a difference in other people's lives, right? Some days, you might feel down, and then you go to work, and you have a crew that flies with you, all the time, and it's a team effort. So if you don't feel, like you can do it, your team and your teammates will help you. So another great thing about being a flight attendant is that you get to wear awesome things like this. My wings right here, right? I've been working for 7 years as a flight attendant, and I'm loving every minute of it. You get to wear a nice little tie. You get to wear nice shirts like this, right? But also, you get to be yourself, and you get to express yourself. Now, why did I decide to become a flight attendant? I decided to be be a flight attendant because I wanted to work with people. I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. I wanted to change the world in the sense that, there's a lot of things in the world, but there could never be enough good. And I became a flight attendant because I wanted to do more good in the world. And for the last 7 years, I've been doing a lot of good, and I plan to do some more. So, but also I wanted to fly and see the world and, just live a wonderful life. I've traveled, again, like I said, to many destinations that I probably would not have gone to if I wasn't a flight attendant. And also the freedom of living and the lifestyle that you have from being a flight attendant is a very awesome one. You get to do a lot of things. You can be a flight attendant and still pursue something else if you want to. If you want to be a musician, if you want to, be an engineer, you can be a flight attendant, for a while and see if you like it, and then you can, move to those careers if you want. But, I'm going to stick with being a flight attendant for now. What does it take to be a flight attendant? Well, it takes a great amount of self-confidence. It takes a great amount of, tenacity, being able to deal with everyday people, being able to deal with the problems that will arise during your career, being able to problem solve, being able to listen, being able to focus, take instructions really well. One of the greatest things about this career is that it keeps me on my toes. It keeps me mentally sharp because I'm always updating my information about what's going on in the world, of aviation, and we have to be on top of all of that. What I mean? With any job, you still have to continue to learn more and more and more about that job. But the great thing about being a flight attendant is that you get to learn about all the new technologies that's happening in the world, and that's pretty awesome. Let's see, my experience, over the years, it's been a great one, and this journey is, I'm going to keep going on this journey. So hopefully you think about being a flight attendant, and maybe, you can do what I do when you grow up, and you can have an awesome time. But if you ever decide to be a flight attendant, I will tell you this, it is a great career, and it is one that I highly encourage you to look into if you ever decide that you want to do that. So in summary, I just want you to know that, please, work hard and study hard, stay in school and, work on your people skills, work on your public speaking skills, work on your language skills. If you can speak a lot of languages, that will help you definitely. If you speak more than one language, that will help you. But also never give up, never give up on your dreams, and always stay fighting and working hard, and work not only hard, but work smart as well, because you got to work smart as well. Okay. And the last thing I want to leave with you is, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay. Because just like you, I was sitting in that seat looking in the future, looking at my life and seeing what I wanted to do. And this is what I decided on in my life, and I've had a great time doing it. So I hope you get something from this information, and I hope that what I've presented here today can help you. And like I said, you get to hear awesome stuff like this. So stay in school, study hard, work smart, and keep smiling and stay safe. Thank you very much. I've been Andre, the flight attendant. Bye.
Health aid worker make a home visit to chronically ill patients, pregnant women and nursing mothers, individuals at high risk of health problems, and the elderly. Translating and interpreting information for clients and people in need of
Good afternoon.
care.
I am Evelyn Dillon, Institution Manager at the Heart NSTA Trust, Petersfield Campus. Before I explain to you some of my duties and responsibilities, let me tell you that a manager is an employee who is responsible for planning, directing, and overseeing the operations and fiscal health of a business unit, division, department, or operating unit within an organization. As a manager, my primary objectives are health and safety of the workplace, carrying out and attaining the mission of the organization, development of a superior workforce, development of the department that I am in charge of, development of an employee-oriented company, culture that emphasizes quality, continuous improvement, key employee retention and development, and most of all, high performance. Maintain transparent communication, whether it's through department meeting, on a one-to-one basis, appropriate email, or any other instant messaging system, and regular interpersonal communication. When it comes to departmental management, my primary responsibility is to oversee or to manage the overall operational, budgetary, and financial responsibilities and activities of the plant. Plan and implement systems that perform the work and fulfill the mission and the goal of the organization. Plan and allocate resources to effectively staff and accomplish the work to meet departmental productivity and quality goals. Make business decisions that are financially responsible, accountable, justifiable. Manage the preparation and maintenance of reports necessary to carry out the functions of the department. Prepare periodic reports for management as necessary as requested to track strategic goals and accomplishment. Communicate regularly with other managers, the director, vice president, president, and other designated contacts within the organization. Perform other duties and responsibilities as assigned. In concluding, this is essentially the scope of my responsibilities as a manager. It might seem long and exhaustive, but with knowledge and experience in business supervision and management, knowledge of functions, operations, and missions, the department, good communication skills, outstanding interpersonal relationship building and employee coaching and development skills, management experience in a team-oriented workplace, ability to lead and develop a department of staff should be pretty easy for anyone with all of these experiences. And something to note is that duties will vary depending on the organization. As I said before, I operate an institution. There might be other managers that will just be responsible for a department or just for a unit. So it really depends. All these responsibilities would depend on the organization.
Hi,
Thank
I'm
you.
Clayton Lawrence. I'm an attorney at law and I'm a businessman. I grew up in Westmoreland where I attended school at the New Roads All-Age School. I'm a proud past student. Whilst I attended the New Roads All-Age School, it helped me to shape me in the person I am today, a hard-working and dedicated personnel. Being an attorney at law is a lot of work. It requires a lot of hard work. It requires a lot of hours, but it can also be extremely rewarding. I started my studies at the University of London, where I first did an LLB. After I did my LLB, I went to the Norman Manley Law School, where I did my LEC, which means a legal education certificate, after which you're allowed to practice as an attorney at law in Jamaica and also in the wider Caribbean. I focus on the areas of criminal, the areas of conveyancing, and also the areas of personal injuries. They are very unique in their own way, but as I said earlier, they require a lot of work, a lot of dedication. My responsibilities depend on the area of work in which I outlined earlier. As an attorney, as a defense criminal attorney, my responsibility is to assist personnel who may have been charged by the police for specific criminal activities. And also, as a personal injuries attorney, my responsibility is to assist persons who were injured on the job, in a motor car accident, or various ways. As a conveyancing attorney, I assist persons who want to purchase land, persons who want to sell land, as well as persons who want to transfer land into the name of other persons. Since I've become an attorney at law, I have realized and appreciate the importance of time. The importance of time simply means that you always have to be on time, and you always need to make sure that you give your best and put your best foot forward. I consider the field a very rewarding one. Financial rewards, yes, but also there is a level of brotherhood within the field of being an attorney, where you have a very high expectations and you're held in high esteem, which simply means that your integrity is of foremost importance. And given that your integrity is that important, then you're expected to always live a life where your character is one that is not questionable. I want to encourage other personnel to enter the field of law because of how diverse and dynamic it is. It gives you the opportunity to grow, and it gives you the opportunity to help others as well. At times, you may find that there are persons who are in need of assistance because they may not understand that their rights have been usurped or their rights have been taken advantage of. And as an attorney of law, it is your responsibility to assist these persons and help them to seek justice. Justice delayed is justice denied, meaning it is always important that justice is done and done swiftly. The longer it takes for justice to be done, the less likely that justice will be done. In saying that, I want everyone to understand and appreciate the importance of having a career, the importance of focusing on what your love and desire is. If it may not be an attorney, but whatever it is that you choose to do, make sure that you give it 100% and that you are completely dedicated to whatever the task at hand is.
Good day, students of New Roads Primary School. We are extremely proud of your performance. Each of you took the time out to present on selected career choices with emphasis on essential workers. Thanks to you for the effort you have placed in this Our Careers Day. Thank you, parents, for assisting your children in order for them to complete this task. Thanks to our teachers for providing the necessary guidance and support so that the various areas have been completed successfully. Also, thanks to our guidance counselor, Ms. Dryden, who has spearheaded our virtual Careers Day. Special thanks to Mr. Griffiths, who have taken the time out of his busy schedule to complete this video for us. Sir Griffiths, you are loved and highly appreciated by us here at the New Roads Primary School. Mrs. Griffiths, thank you for assisting Mr. Griffiths in the successful creation of this wonderful video. Thank you all. You are all appreciated. God bless you all.